Yo, yo, yo. What's the dealio, y'all? What's the dealio, man? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Hey, listen. It was a historic day in the market. So y'all already know what time it is, man. If y'all tuning in, let me know in the comments where y'all tuning in from, all right? Be sure to like this video, okay? By the end of this video, by the time we get off, let's get this video to 100 likes, all right? You already know we gonna uh, go over the market. We're going to recap, talk about FOMC, tomorrow levels, SPY, IWM, all of that. All right. But if you guys are tuning in, let me know in the comments. Let me know what's up. What's up? All right. P. Bryant, what's up? TPC family, what's up? Henry, how you feeling? What up, Yomo? Yomo SEO. Pamela, how you feeling? How you feeling? Angel, Auntie Angel, what's up? What's up? Johnny, QTZ, what up, y'all? Genesis, what's up, Genesis? How you feeling? Always gotta salute you. All right. What up, Kiki? ATL in the house. Shali, what's up? It's time. TPC in the building. What up, Reggie? How you feeling, Reggie? John McKinney, Chaos. What up? What up? Juiced up. Are you feeling juiced up? I'm feeling juiced up, y'all. We about to go in today. All right. From West LA. Hey, shout out to LA, man. Shout out to Cali. Nashville, what's up, Patty? How you doing? All right, tuning in from TPC headquarters. Mark Quinn in the building. What's up? What's up? Emails. What she said? Good evening from Mississippi. Made 15% on SPY trade today. There we go. Jerry Godwin, what's up? What's up? All right, so listen, y'all. If you guys are just tuning in, be sure to like this video. All right, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every single day without fail, I'm popping up and I'm giving y'all some sauce on how we can make some money in the stock market, all right? What's up, Mr. Colorado? OG, triple OG, what up? All right, so listen, y'all. If you made money in the market today, drop it in the comments, all right? If y'all made money in the market today, drop it in the comments, all right? Let's have a little win celebration break real quick, all right? The market pumped, IWM pumped. I gave you guys the levels. I gave you guys the game plan on SPY and on IWM, okay? If you guys made money today, let me know in the comments, all right? Let's have a celebration, a little celebration situation real quick. What's up, Caesar? How you feeling? Newbie Maddie, what up, what up? Massachusetts, so we got two people from Massachusetts, okay? Reggie said I'm ready to get on a higher frequency. There we go. Let's go. All right, you in the right place. Doc, what's up, Doc? How you feeling? I know you smacked the market today. Alchemist, what up? Juiced up. He said I'm feeling juiced up. Yep. D, Big D, she said she made money with IWM. Kiki said I paper traded, but I was right on my game plan. There you go. IWM 31%. Right? Shali, she smacked IWM twice, if I'm not mistaken. All right, 33% SPY. Pam, she hit, I think it was AMD I saw. Okay, what's up, Maxine? How you feeling? Okay, so listen, y'all. We gonna go over the market. Okay, so we had FOMC. As expected, they lowered the rates, right? They dropped the rate cuts. So the market came up some. Now, we're gonna talk about the game plan for tomorrow, all right? But we did have a little reaction, right? IWM went up like $3, $4. It went crazy. All right. Mark Quinn says SPY took me to a new tax bracket. I ain't mad at it, bro. Shout out to you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Massachusetts again, 40% on IWM. Use 30-minute candlestick break you talk. listen. We get busy. All right, in the market. What up, Bay? He said, first time playing IWM and I hit it. I'm about to add it to the lineup. All right, close on Palantir as you inspired us on taking profit, not to lose. There we go. He said, banger alert, APLD, MU, SPY, Amazon, AMD, Rocket Lab. SoFi setting up good. Angel, you hit IWM and Google. Google 25%. Listen, y'all, we do this every day, right? Listen, we call out plays on the live. Right? We call out plays in the Discord, we execute, and we make it happen. All right? This is what we do every single day. So I just wanted to put that on there real quick, right? See what the wins were. So we all know that even if you watch this on a replay or not, you know it's no cap, okay? I trade IWM almost every day, okay? This is nothing but wins here. This is nothing but wins here. We cannot fake the success that's going on over here. We cannot fake the wins. Everybody is eating. If you gonna rock with me, you gonna eat. All you gotta do is execute and implement, all right? Everybody eats over here, okay? He said, you call them on a daily, Ned, Reddit, Dale. I'm telling y'all, okay? So listen, we're gonna rinse and repeat this tomorrow. Later on, we're gonna go fishing and we're gonna get in the market. All right. So listen, let's recap the charts, right? Because y'all already know I focus on technical analysis, right? I focus on technical analysis. Okay. So let's go to the charts and let's make it happen. Now, before we go to the charts, let me say, be sure to like this video, y'all. Let's get this video to 100 likes. We got 50, 60, 70 people in here. Let's make sure we like this video, get this video to 100 likes. I'm about to give you guys the levels for SPY. I'm going to give y'all the levels for IWM as well. The two indexes, all right? I'm going to give you guys the levels, the strategy, the analysis, and the game plan, right? It ain't no way you can lose if you messing with me, right? If you rocking with me, you cannot lose, all right? So be sure to like this video, y'all, and let's go get it, okay? She said, you've been on fire this week with the calls. Hey, you know, listen, we don't miss, all right? We're going to keep rinsing and repeating until y'all made y'all first 50K, till y'all made y'all first 100K, till y'all made y'all first 250K, all right? Charts right here. We got Texas. Shout out. What's up, Vincent? How you feeling? All right, let's get it, y'all. All right, so we got SPY right here. Okay. Let's go to SPY. I'm pulling it up. All right. So we got SPY right here. Okay. Now let's see what happened. So on the daily, we are on a bullish 3-bar. Okay. Now what did I say? Calls above 685.42. Right? I said calls above 645.82. Right? Look where it went to. It went up to 688. All right. Now, if we go to the 30-minute, it broke right here. Okay. Came up, boom, and it retested, and then it blasted off. Okay. So that's what we call. Now, let's see what the game plan is. And remember, y'all, I said we were in a supply zone, right? So what have I been saying? I said this is a supply zone, right? This is a supply zone. Sellers are sitting in this area. Once we get through this area, SPY is going to blast off, okay? So we close higher than we have in a minute, right? Finally, so we took out this high right here. We just got to get above here, right? So now let's go. Let's figure something out. Let me see. She said I made 6% on Google on a March call. Hey, real quick, right? I'm gonna give you some game right here, okay? CC Fearson, watch this, and this goes for all of y'all. She said a March call, right? A March call. Now watch this. Listen to what I'm about to say. You could have made 25% on that same move if you would have got an expiration date closer. And you would have risked less money. Therefore, your risk would have been less, okay? Do not be afraid of weekly contracts, okay? Remember I said this. Do not be afraid of weekly contracts. I remember when I was newer in the game and my account started to grow, I would get contracts 3-4 months out of the like in the future, even if I was gonna sell it tomorrow. And then my profit is kind of limited because the expiration date is so far out, right? So you want to, this is why I say the more you study, the less you worry, right? When you are confident and you're convicted in your trade, you're willing to get a closer expiration date because you know what's about to happen and that move is going to be bigger, right? So I just want to say, don't be afraid of a shorter expiration date, all right? Don't be afraid of that, okay? Lace Boogie said, I didn't trade or swing today because FOMC used to cook me the next day. Yeah, it happens. So if you have to take a break today, it's all good, all right? So let's go back to SPY and then let's cook, all right? So we're on a bullish 3-bar right here, right? Bullish 3-bar right here. So bullish 3-bar, all we gonna do is we gonna say calls above 689, right? Calls above 689. All right? Plain and simple, right? If we get above today's highs, calls above 689. Now, let's go to the hourly real quick. Let's go see. The next level, right? My support level is going to be 684.08, okay? So we're going to put 684.08 here. Okay? So this is going to be a support level. This is going to be a pullback level. All right? So you got a pullback level right here. Okay? So we got a pullback level at 684.08. Another pullback level that it's already at right now is 685.56. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to 685.56. All right, so these are going to be your levels for tomorrow to the downside. Where right now we're at 685.59. That's a pullback level. So we could bounce from here and go higher. Right? Excuse me. If we break below 685.56, then we're going to come down to 684. And we're going to test that area. We're going to test that level. All right? And then the last area of support is going to be 681.20. Okay? 681.20. If we break below 685.56, we go into 684.08. If we break below 684.08, then we coming down to 681.20. All right? Those are your levels to the downside. We're at 687.57. That's where we closed at right now. Right? And then to the upside, if we get above 689, calls. All-time highs are at 689.69. If we break above all-time highs, then we're going to go to about 690 and potentially about 692. Right? What I've noticed with the SPY is when it breaks all-time highs, it likes to move in $2 to $3 increments. Right? It likes to move in $2 to $3 increments. So if we break above 689.70, which is all-time highs, right? Then we gonna go, I'm thinking about 692, right? 691, 692. Based on what I've seen after we go to break all-time highs, it likes to go up another $2 to $3. Okay? So that is SPY. Let me know if that makes sense for SPY, y'all. Let me know if that makes sense for SPY. Ashley said, that's real game. Hey, you know how we do, right? My well is infinite. All right. Trees, what up? How you feeling, Trees? After that pullback, exactly, the bull's gonna run. That's why it's important to know the pullback levels so that you don't get scared tomorrow. All right. I do think that we are going to have a pullback after the run up that we had today when we're talking about the indexes. All right. But Mr. Colorado OG know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Kiki said the way you can analyze a chart is so impressive. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that, right? This is a lot of time spent on these charts, right? Spend so much time on these charts, I had to start wearing glasses, right? For real. Okay, so that's SPY, right? That's the SPY. So if you follow this game plan to a T on SPY, then you're going to make money tomorrow. It's simple as that, all right? Pay attention to the pullback levels. Just pay attention to the pullback levels. And then don't get scared. Now we do have initial jobless claims data coming out tomorrow, right? Let me see real quick. I want to make sure. I believe is before the market opens. We have tomorrow is Thursday. Initial jobless claims. Yeah. We got initial jobless claims 30 minutes, an hour before the market open. So here's what could happen tomorrow, y'all. Okay. Here's what could happen tomorrow. We could come down, bear trap everybody, and then rally and blast off tomorrow. All right. That is what I think is going to happen. Now, I'm not predicting anything, but that's what I think is going to happen. I think that we're going to have some downside, right? Because we just made some moves to the upside. And then we got initial jobless claims. I think that potentially could come in, scare people a little bit. We're going to come down, right? Balance out. And then we're going to bounce and we're going to go higher. That's what I think is going to happen. All right. So I'm not telling you that this is going to happen, but I just think that that's going to happen. All right. Now, like I always say, nothing in this video is financial advice. Okay. Nothing is financial advice. If you want financial advice, go see a licensed financial advisor, right? And go make it happen. All right. So I think I remember you saying, yeah, Thursday is my favorite day. All right. That's my favorite day to trade. I like Wednesdays too, but I like Thursdays. All right. What's up, Adam? He said, I appreciate you guys jumping on after Powell spoke, calling plays. Yep. Hey, me and Marcel, we smacked IWM and Google. I smacked Google for FOMC. So anybody who was inside of the TPC, they caught Google with me as well. All right. Cece said, I drive trucks at night and normally sleep during the market hours. Ooh, you gotta, I ain't trying to be rude, but you gotta figure out how you could make it happen. Right? Maybe just swing trade. Okay? But so we got initial jobless claims tomorrow. So before the market opens up. All right. So that's data coming out. So I think that we're gonna have a bear trap. And then we're gonna go higher tomorrow. All right. So that's the SPY. I just broke down the SPY for you guys. Now we're gonna go to IWM. All right. If you guys are just now tuning in, stay on the live. Like this video for me. By the end of this video, let's get this video to 100 likes. All right. And let me know in the comments where you guys are tuning in from. Let me know who you guys are. Okay. And then also be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. So let's go back. Now we got SPY. So let's go to IWM. Now look at IWM. First off, right? Let me ask y'all, what level did I say IWM needs to get above? Pop quiz. Put it in the comments. What level did I say IWM needs to get above? I want to see who's paying attention. What level did I say IWM needs to get above to go crazy? We talked about this yesterday, on Tuesday as well. What level did I say? This reminds me of last week. Last week I kept telling y'all, IWM, if it gets above 247.74, is going to go crazy. It got above there and then it ended up going crazy. So what level did I say that IWM needs to get above if it wants to go crazy? Let me know. Let me know in the comments, y'all. What did I say? Davita, she said it. She owned it. Davita is on it. 252.94. And I said, if you are conservative, 253, right? Now watch this. Watch this. Okay? Watch this. Let's go here. And let's go right here. Okay? IWM. Look. It got above here, right? Look where it closed at. I'm on a 30-minute time frame. Look where it closed at, y'all. Yesterday's high. Look what happened. Look right here on the charts. I said 253 is your support. No, that's the breakout point, right? I said 253. If we get above 253, we're going. We closed on a 30-minute time frame at 253. And look what happened when we closed right here at 253. Look what happened. Rocket ship. Rocket ship. It went up $3 in less than an hour. Okay? This is how you change your life right here. This is how you change your life right here, y'all. Okay? This right here, understanding this is how you change your life. Okay? You do this every day, in a year, your bank account gonna be unrecognizable. You're gonna be able to run up 100, 200, 300K in the market in a year. All right? I told you guys 253. All right? It broke above 253 and look what happened. Right here. This move right here could have changed your life. 0 day to expiration. All right? So listen, these levels, they ain't nothing to play with, y'all. All right? These levels are nothing to play with. Make sure you set your alerts and you write these levels down. By this time next year, there's going to be so many people that got their lives changed from this YouTube channel, from these lives, right? From the Discord, right? From IWM, from learning the strat, all of that. So please, please, please take these levels serious, y'all. All right? So we're going to break down IWM for tomorrow. I just gave you guys SPY. All right? If y'all are tuning in, like this video and let me know in the comments where y'all tuning in from. And also be sure to subscribe to the channel. All right? Quiet Money, salute from NYC. No funny-ish. I think I'm going to have to join the team. Your guidance is 100. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, come on, right? Come on. I'm telling everybody, man, come join the squad, right? We ain't playing no games out here. No funny business. No cap, right? I ain't capping. No crazy stuff. No drama, no God. We just over here getting money, right? Trading, and that's it. Okay, so come on. All right, we welcome you with open arms. So, next up, what we got? So we got IWM, right? We got IWM on a daily. So, first things first, we got to get above 256.56. All right? We got to get above 256.56 tomorrow. We close at 254.81. Right? But we got to get above 256.56. So calls above 256.56. Now, we got a couple levels, pullback levels. All right? We got a couple pullback levels to pay attention to. So put this in the comments. pullback levels. All right. Do not get scared tomorrow when you start seeing red. Yes, you can ride puts to the downside, but I want you to know where the pullback level is, because I would hate for you to be in a put, riding it down, you not know where the pullback level is at, and then it bounces and it goes higher. Okay? So in order to play IWM tomorrow, or any stock that blasted off today, you're going to need to know what the pullback levels are, right? And so if you don't want to be caught in the puts, wait until it drops and it bounces and then get into calls. Okay? I want to be very clear what I'm saying here. All right? So he said work gets in the way of trading. Hey, I get it, man. Yeah, come on, bro. Come on, join. All right. D Goods, he said North NYC, Southside Jamaica. Hey, shout out to New York, man. Anytime I hear Southside Jamaica, I be thinking of, hey, don't take it the wrong way, but I be thinking of Power, right? Because on Power they was in Manhattan, but they was also in Canaan, right? Raising Canaan, that's what it is. I be thinking of Southside Jamaica, Queens, and Raising Canaan. But yeah, so let's go back, right? So we got IWM. So you see this big green candle right here, right? This big green candle right here. So pullback levels. Let's go to the 30-minute and the hourly. So we got the 30-minute right here. Okay. So first level is going to be right here at 254.31. All right. You could say 254.63 if you want, right? So we're going to put right here. So 254.31 to 254.63. All right. So this is your first pullback level right here. All right. Pull back levels. All right. This is your first area. 254.31 and 254.63. All right. That's where it could pull back to. Next up, we got 253, right? Because think about it. If I said IWM has to get above 253, right? Then that means that was resistance. If 253 was resistance and we broke above it, what does it now become? Support, right? Therefore, 253 is going to be your next pullback level. Okay? That's going to be your next pullback level. Because that is where we broke out from. Right? So we got 253 and we got 254.31 to 254.63. All right? These are going to be your pullback levels right here. If we get below 253, then we're going to be coming to like 251.50. But I don't know if we're going to go that low, right? But keep it on the radar. So I'll put, just in case it comes lower, 251.70. All right? So these are going to be your levels for tomorrow, y'all. All right? These are going to be your levels for tomorrow. So let's go here, right? We got calls above 256.56. Calls above 256.56. And then we got our pullback levels, right? Areas where the stock could pull back to. First area, 254.31 to 254.63. If we come lower, 253. If we come even lower, 251.70. All right? That is IWM. Right? That's IWM. So if that makes sense, let me know. All right? If that makes sense, let me know in the comments. Okay? So we just went over SPY and we just went over IWM. Right? Do you and the team interact intraday? Yes. So earlier today, we live trade every day in the morning, usually about the first hour of the market. Today, when Jerome Powell was speaking, we live traded as well, right? And let me just show you guys, right? Basically, we interacting all day, right? We interacting all day. Anybody that's inside of the TPC, do we interact throughout the day? Let them know in the comments. Let Quiet Money know what it's like in the comments, all right? So, now that we have SPY and IWM, what we about to do, y'all? What we about to do? Where we about to go? Put it in the comments. Where we about to go? What we about to do now? Now that we went over the indexes, SPY and IWM, what's next? What's next? And let me give you guys QQQ as well. Right? Let me guys give you QQQ as well. QQQ is going to be a home run. Right? This is going to be a home run right here. So all day long, all damn day, we going fishing. Exactly, we going fishing, right? We going fishing, literally all day, right? We be engaging in there all day, all right? So it ain't no, listen, all I say is come join and you're going to be pleasantly surprised, all right? Hey, Mark Quinn, you funny. Yep. Terrence said all day. Yep, going fishing, going fishing. All right, y'all. So look, let's go fishing now. All right. If you guys are just tuning in, like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right. And be sure to let me know where y'all tuning in from. Okay. Now, before we go to the stocks, I got QQQ. I'm going to give y'all this one as well because this looks like a home run. We got a bullish 3-bar right here. All right. Now, if we get above 69, 629.15, enter in the calls. Calls above 629, I'm going to say 25. All right. Calls above 629.25. Because now we breaking out of this range here, right? We getting ready to break out of this range here. If we get above 629.25, which is right here, right? If we get above this level, we have no resistance. So my price target would be 635.80. All right. 635.80. Calls above 629.25. My price target would be 635.80 on QQQ. All right. If the market is bullish tomorrow, QQQ could go absolutely insane and it could go up to that 635. All right. We got no resistance until 635. So this thing could fly. All right. So look, banger alert. Put banger alert in the comments, y'all. I told y'all, anytime I see a home run, we got a banger alert. Banger alert. All right. Banger alert. That right there is a banger. We ain't even got to the stocks yet. Out of all three of the indexes, I like QQQ set up the best. So that's a banger alert right there. All right. He said go to the 30-minute on QQQ. Let me see. If we go to QQQ on the 30-minute. Let's see. Right here. Okay, yep. So it rejected here at the end of the day and it came down, right? So right now it's at 624. So we could come down here to 621 again and test, or we could pop back up in after hours. All right. So we just got to see, but once we get above here, it's over. It's lights out. So it came up to 630, but on a daily it's showing 629. So that's interesting. But yeah, but if we get above high days, then enter into those calls, okay? And then we gonna go higher. So we could go to 635 for sure. All right. Now, before we go fishing, I want to remind you guys, respect your portfolio, your account size. Do not over leverage, okay? This is not a game where you try to get rich in one trade. One trade will not make you rich, but one trade will fuck up your whole account. All right? So please, this is the turtle wins the race, right? I want you to keep stacking on your wins. That's all you got to do for me. 1 to 2 wins a day, walk away from the market and just keep adding it up. Keep adding it up. I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. All right? So, what up, TDW? So that's QQQ. She said, dang, I remember I used to try to get a little confirmation on where the SPY and Qs were going. And you said, hey, things change, Maxine. All right? Things change. What's up, Drew? He said he dropped in from Jay. He hit SPY and Palantir for 14%. There we go. There we go. Keep the wins stacking on top of each other, all right? Listen, I used to not mess with indexes. Anybody that know me, I used to be like, I stay away from them indexes. But I started trading IWM. I started seeing what was going on. It was cheaper than SPY and QQQ, and I was like, okay. Then I started to do some research on indexes, understand them, and now I was like, okay, right? So I'm no longer afraid of them, and I don't trade them every day. Well, I don't trade QQQ or SPY every day. I usually focus on IWM on a daily, right? Like every day, but things change, Maxine, right? So, you know what I mean? It's all good. Definitely talk. Yeah, don't over leverage. Yeah, you live to fight another day, man. All right. Listen, if you over leverage and you lose money, you're going to get depressed, right? You don't want to keep having to add money to your account that you're working hard for. The whole point of stock options is to make money without working hard for it. All right. So be responsible in your portfolio. All right. Then you'll definitely love TQQQ. Yeah, I've been hearing about TQQQ. I'm familiar with it, but I haven't traded it. Not me putting banger alert on my alert message. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Banger alert. All right. So now let's go fishing and let's go find some more plays. QT, she said, we've been changing and growing. I'm telling y'all, listen, one thing about me, I'm going to keep learning because I got a thirst for knowledge, right? And it's not just getting information, but it's learning and understanding what needs to happen to have a more efficient system, right? Anything that I do, my goal is always to do it at the highest level possible. So I try to do things at the highest level possible at all times, all right? So what up, 808 banger? So heck yeah, I'll change, especially when I learned 2 or 3 times the money. Yeah, the money be in the ETFs, for real. I ain't gonna lie, right? That's why I be trading them every day. So let's go find some setups with the stocks, and then we gonna see what's up. All right. If you guys are just tuning in, like this video, Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let's get 100 likes by the time we get off this live. All right. That Shizo video was lit. What video is that? Shizo, break that down for me, Ash. So look, we gonna need a layup channel now. I know, right? We need a channel just for all the bangers that we call that straight layups. All right. So, all right. So now we got Intel. I like Intel, okay? I like Intel setup right here. Let me go to Intel real quick. What's up, Phoenix Flower? How you doing? What part of Cali you in? Where we at? So we got, all right. All right, so we got Intel. All right, so we got Intel, and on Intel, we got a failed 2 down. A failed 2 down, right? So look at this. We on a failed 2 down right here, right? We bounced in this area, okay? So I would say if we get above $41, you enter in the calls, right? If we get above $41, enter in the calls. We on a failed 2 down. Your first price target, is going to be 41.25. Okay? Next price target is going to be 42.12. Okay? 41.25. And then the second one is 42.12. All right, y'all? Intel. Failed 2 down right here. All right, this is a layup. This is definitely a layup right here. All right. So I'm giving y'all the exact levels on Intel because I really believe in this setup right here. Okay. So that's Intel. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here. Failed 2 down. All right. Schizo. Okay. And then we got any words for a losing streak? I was green yesterday and red today. All right. So let me break this down for you, right? So Phoenix Flower said, any words for a losing streak? I was green yesterday and red today. You're not on a losing streak, right? Think about this. See, this is how, oh, yeah, the indexes are schizophrenic. They do be, right? SPY do be. But what do I say? The more you study, the less you worry, right? I say that for a reason. Because the more that I study, I just realized with indexes, I was like, oh, okay. I just don't need to be going heavy in the indexes because they're so schizophrenic, right? And they're so volatile that I need to just lower my risk, my leveraged amount, and then give it a little bit more time, okay? That has helped me be more patient. Do I always get it right? No. But more times than not, I'm going to win on IWM, right, and the indexes. But I did say that they were schizophrenic. They still do be, right? I still stand on that, but now I know how to deal with them a little bit more, okay? So, yeah, schizo. Now, losing streaks. Phoenix Flower, you are not on a losing streak. You just had a red day, right? Y'all, I was red last week. Okay, so what I would say is, if you want a losing streak, you just got to get back to the basics, right? Define your strategy, whatever your strategy is, and size down, right? Size down, take some small wins, refine your strategy, and then go back to what you was doing. But you got to always make sure you are trusting yourself, all right? Make sure you are trusting yourself, because when you trust yourself, you are more convicted in your trades. And when you're more convicted in your trades, you're going to win more. All right. Orlando, he said, I took an L on IWM. You going to bounce back tomorrow, bro. All right. So let's go back. So we got Intel, OKLO. We got Hood. Hood is on a failed 2 down right here. It's been consolidating, it's flagging right here. So I'm going to put Hood, failed 2 down. All right. We got Dell. Dell's looking real good, y'all. Dell might, listen, I've been talking about Dell for months at this point, right? But look where Dell is going back to. Let me just break this down for y'all. Dell is going back to 165. These are facts. All right, these are facts. So Dell is getting into AI, right? Once Dell gets above 142.16, it's on a moon mission to 157. Ain't no resistance in the way. All right. So we're on a 3-bar today. So look what I put this long-term swings buying zone Dell. All right. I was talking about Dell a while ago. So I like Dell. They're on a 3-bar bullish. Okay. Bullish 3-bar. We got Apple. All right. Apple is on a failed 2 down. All right, on Apple. Okay. Apple is on a failed 2 down right here. IWM is so much more forgiving than SPY. Nah, for real. SPY don't care. SPY don't care what you are, who you are, how much you put in the trade. SPY is gonna make you, it's gonna make you fight. All right. So yeah. AMD is squeezing right here, y'all. Okay. AMD is squeezing right here. Right? You see how it's getting tighter right here? So AMD is about to make a move to the upside or to the downside. AMD is on a 1 candle. So I'm going to put that here. AMD. 1 candle. All right. Google. I love Google, y'all. I love trading Google. We hit them today. So I'm going to go for a continuation on Google. I'll put them there. It's not my favorite setup, but I think that they're going to have a green day tomorrow. APLD, they had a red day today, so they look like they're going to start coming down. So I'm not really going to put them on the watch list. I got to see what they do tomorrow. All right, we got Netflix. They coming down. We got Nvidia. I think Nvidia is actually about to come up, right? So I'm gonna put Nvidia on my list. Okay. And what's gonna be a 2-2 bullish reversal. All right. Nvidia, I'm gonna be looking at Nvidia to the upside. Okay. So let me show you guys what I see on Nvidia. Let me pull this up real quick. All right. I gotta log into this account real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all something. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna go here, and then we're gonna type in NVDA. So watch this, all right? Share my screen real quick. All right, so right here we got an Nvidia. Now filter calls, and then we got 7 days. All right. All right. So for Nvidia, let me go take off. All right. So Nvidia has $42 million of calls that they purchased, that got purchased, right? 42 million in calls, right? So we got like, and what's the expiration dates? December 26th, December 26th, December 19th, December 19th, December 19th, right? December 19th. These are March, December 19th right here. Let's go to the ones that's on $1 million or more. Let's go to over $1 million. Boom. All right. So there's a lot of orders. So $1 million. These are $1 million orders on an Nvidia, y'all. They all came in for January 12th of 2026, right? So when I'm looking at this right here, I think that Nvidia is about to make a crazy run because this right here is $44 million in calls, right? And these are January 12th and January 9th expiration dates. Okay. And we got some 2027s and Junes, but we have a lot of calls, right? And these are all bought at ask, which means that they bought higher than the bid, right? So that's a very bullish sign right there as well. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing on Nvidia, right? So when I'm looking at Nvidia on a daily time frame, I think that Nvidia is going to go higher. Now, is it going to happen tomorrow? I don't know. But if we look at the setup on a daily on Nvidia, right? Watch this. Right? Look at Nvidia. Once we get above 188, we got room all the way to 195, which is almost $200, right? So once we get above 188, we're going to go to 195 very fast. But we could get to 188 tomorrow, right? So I think that Nvidia over the next 2 to 3 weeks is going to make a very, very nice move to the upside, okay? So make sure that you guys are paying attention to Nvidia because y'all could day trade them. Y'all could swing trade them as well, all right? So that's Nvidia, okay? AMD and Coin got the same setup. I gotta look at Coin in a minute. AVGO, I'll look at AVGO in a minute, but AVGO is, they have earnings tomorrow after market close, so I wouldn't really trade them today. Me personally, I don't like trading stocks that have earnings until after earnings. So that's just my philosophy. All right. You told us to pay attention to 188. Yep, exactly. Yep. And as you guys can see, the flow that I just showed you guys, that supports the upward move to the upside for Nvidia. Okay. AVGO popped today. Had to take off my watch list though. Yeah, those contracts are high. All right. Always remember, y'all, you don't have to spend $800, $900, $1,000 on contracts, right? Once you understand the game, this is what my specialty is. I like finding stocks that don't have expensive premiums. I don't care how much money I got, right? Because I'm gonna do a video on this, but I just don't like having to spend $1,000, $1,200 on one contract, right? Unless it's APP, they go crazy, all right? But outside of that, I don't like spending all that money because if you can't trim, right? You can't manage your trade the best with one contract being worth $1,200, right? So that's why I like cheaper contracts because you can still make big money with cheaper contracts, right? Stocks with cheaper contracts. So platforms like Cheddar Flow. Yeah, I heard about that one. Absolutely, Davita. Yeah, Palantir is definitely not done. They got room to go for sure. So let's keep fishing, y'all. All right, let's keep fishing. So I gave you guys an analysis on Nvidia, right? Who else we got? Affirm. They coming up. Shopify, they went crazy. I think Shopify could definitely come up to 180. So We're going to put shop here. Right? And we're going to put 2-2 continuation. Continuation. We could go over TSM in a minute. All right. Uber be playing games. But they are in this order block right here, so I think Uber could bounce. Hims, Palantir. Yeah, Palantir got room up to 205. But they got this order block here, so at 195 they could reject. So I would say for Palantir, look for a rejection at 195. Right? So we might go up tomorrow and then look for a rejection at 195, maybe 196, and then it bounce down and then it could come back up and go higher. Right? Carvana, they going crazy. Nike, TSLL, SoFi is on a 3-bar bullish. So we got SoFi. All right, SoFi, we got Lyft. Y'all see how Lyft came down for 2 days? I called that the other day, right? Lyft coming down, right? They came down. And what they do at the end of the day, they bounced up, right? Why did they bounce up? Because they're in this order block right here. So I'm actually going to look at Lyft to the upside. This is a demand zone right here, and it's an order block. So on Lyft, we got a demand zone bounce. All right. Demand zone bounce. So my alerts were going off today for MRK, but when I looked at the contracts, there was no volume at all. Yeah, sometimes MRK be playing. This morning I was looking, right? So I was in bed and I was looking at the MRK chart, right? And then I saw the spreads and I was like, man, I'm cool, right? Because like you said, it wasn't a lot of volume, but when they move big, it's worth it, right? So you kind of just got to catch them on the right day. And I thought that it was going to be the right day after we saw that 3-bar, but we're going to go over MRK as well on the watch list because I think they still could come down. All right, so just be patient and we're going to go over MRK. All right, but it's beautiful that you had your alert set. You didn't have to look at the charts and then you could just come to the charts and see what's happening. All right, so we got Circle. Man, Circle is on a 1 candle right now, but they've been consolidating. So I think that Circle is about to make a big move, if I'm being honest. I think they about to make a move. They're going to try to come up to this $93. So set y'all alerts for Circle. Okay. A 2-1 setup. Okay. We got Amazon. They went up today. This is that potential, oblong double bottom I was talking about. We got Enphase, they going up. CoreWeave, Meta, they came and filled that gap today. We got Lululemon. We got Tesla. CrowdStrike is on a fell 2 down. So let's look at Adobe, right? So you guys see how I called this, right? So Adobe had earnings today after market close, right? So y'all see how there's a bearish 1 bar and a bullish 1 bar, right? Now let's go to the 30-minute real quick. Look at the earnings report right here, right? So earnings came out and look at what happened. It went up and it went down. So this is a representation of these two consolidation candles, right? I hope that that makes sense. So tomorrow for Adobe, we either gonna go high to 360 or we gonna drop, right? So if we get above 347.76 tomorrow on Adobe, they could blast off and they could go crazy. All right. So that's Adobe, SMCI, PanW, Oracle. They just missed earnings, so they're down. They're at like 195. So I gotta see what Oracle looks like in pre-market tomorrow, because we gotta just see. All right. VRT is on a 3-bar. Alibaba. Listen, look at this BS company, man. Look at this. Look at this chart right here, right? Let me tell y'all something, right? You can't do nothing with this, right? Look at this. And then randomly they'll have these big days. You can't do nothing with this right here. All you're gonna do is get chopped up, you're gonna get cooked, and then you're gonna be mad, right? So this is why I don't mess with Alibaba no more in these Chinese stocks, right? I'm just done. Actually, y'all hearing it here first, y'all. We just took Alibaba off the watch list. That's when you know it's real. We just took Alibaba off the watch list. All right. So let's go to MRK. So look at MRK, right? They came up, but they still on a bearish one candle. They consolidated today. If we go look at the 30-minute, they came down, then they chopped around, and then they made a little move to the upside. All right. So tomorrow, if they get below 96.48, they could still be coming down. All right. So I got I'm looking at MRK for a bigger move to the downside. All right. What else we got? If you guys are watching, just joining, like this video for me. Let's get this video to 100 likes by the time we get off this live. All right. And be sure to subscribe to the channel and drop in the comments where you guys are tuning in from. All right. We're going over the stock market, levels for tomorrow, setups for tomorrow. I do this every single day. All right, y'all. And what else? What I was going to say, I forgot. But it's going to come back to me. Y'all over here laughing. I'll go over Wolf in a minute. You said you would. Yeah, forget Baba, man. All them Chinese stocks. For real. I remember we used to trade that wheat company. Hey, they did make some money though, right? They used to move a little different for some reason, but I don't know. They just been, I don't know. They've been BSing. All right. Y'all over here cracking me up. Yeah, I'll look at Marvel in a minute. Cooked up, then you will be mad. Nah, for real. The market is tanking overnight. Let's see. But what did I tell y'all? I said we might get a bear trap. Okay? Let me see. And this is why I didn't swing nothing either. Right? What's up, Raisha? This is why I did not swing anything. Right? If the market is tanking right now, let's see. Okay, so we got a lot of red going on. All right. So look, let me give y'all some game real quick. If the market is tanking, it's only a couple stocks, right? Oh, okay. I see Hood down, Dell is down, right? Who else we got? Oracle is at 195, AMD is down, Amazon is down, Reddit is down, Apple is down, right? TSM is down, Google is down. Yep, everything is coming down. So watch this, right? Watch this. No. Watch this, okay? Pay attention. Number one, we don't know what it's going to look like when we wake up, Okay. So what I started doing was I stopped looking at the after hours after the market closed, right? I stopped because all I can base anything off of is the daily time frame when the market is closed and then pre-market. It's not 5 in the morning yet, so I can't really do anything, right? So I stopped looking at after hours because there's been so many times where I was in a call and it's up. Let's say it's up, stock is up 2%. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to wake up. I'm about to be up 2 racks, right? And then market open, it's flat. I'm like, right? I'm mad. Like, come on, y'all. And then I've had times where the stock was down after hours, and I'm like, damn, this was a good setup. It was looking good. And then I wake up, and the stock is up 2%, right? So I just stopped looking at after hours, right? I stopped looking at after hours. So all I do is once the market closed, I'm done. I'm not looking at it no more because I can't control nothing. I focus on my technical analysis. I focus on my daily time frame. And then when pre-market and we see what's going on, that's when I'll pay attention to what's going on. Okay? So that's just something that I do. What up, Sean? Now, what's the name of the site that shows what stocks Congress has invested in? I forget. If anybody knows, put that in the comments. All right. So, but I also said, I think that we gonna get a bear trap, right? If you guys been listening, I said that earlier. If we're really bullish and the rates really got cut, and then we just saw $40 million of Nvidia calls, right? What does that mean? What does that mean? That means that they just trying to let Wall Street get in low, scare all the retail traders, and then they're going to pump it up like Joe Budden. Okay? So pre-market have made me question a few things too. Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, VIX, exactly. The VIX is under 16. So that's why you guys got to pay attention to the market sentiment, right? What's going on? Not just one stock, not just the play that you're in. You got to look at everything. And after hours, listen, you can't really base what's going to happen tomorrow on after hours. We got to focus on where did the stocks close on a daily time frame. Okay? Exactly. You be hyped. You go to bed like, ooh, I'm about to make some money in the morning. And then you wake up and you like, bruh, why is this trade down 2% when I thought I was about to wake up and the stock was going to be up 5%? And now you mad, right? Like, just save yourself the headache and the hassle and just stop looking at the stock market in after hours. All right? That's just my 2 cents. Do what you want to do, but that's just what I'm saying. Okay? So, MRK, CVS played some games too. They broke the level. They barely broke the level, and then they bounced up. So they still are bearish. They on a 2 down, but I think they still got some room to come down. Obviously, down to this $60, $76. All right. So, who else we got? My SPY put should look nice tomorrow. Yeah, we gonna see, right? Because it could open up flat, right? We could come right back up in pre-market while we go to sleep and rest our heads, right? But what did I say? I'm gonna say this one more time. I said we might get a bull trap tomorrow, because if we are truly bullish and we come down, right? That's just giving the institutions an opportunity to enter in these trades at a lower price. Okay? So this, I listen, when stocks go crazy and everybody's saying we bullish and it just happened and we ain't had a retracement yet or a pullback, I'm not entering into a swing. I'm too smart for that, right? I've been there, done that. Been there, done that. So if you are in puts tomorrow, right? Because think about it. If we open up lower and we gap down tomorrow, what does that mean? That means we got a gap to fill to the upside, y'all. Think, right? Think about it. So they're going to scare you. So everybody that got into calls, they're going to scare those people from the gap down. They're going to be down in the trade. They're going to bring it down a little more. They're going to get out, right? They're going to get out. And then it's going to go up and fill the gap and then go past the gap. Right? That's how it happens. It happens like that all the time, y'all. Okay? Question, what exactly made you check specifically that Nvidia was unusual calls that were placed? Like, do you go and check yourself? Yeah, so look, right? So look. I'll be going over through like just the main big stocks, right? So we got Nvidia. Let's go look at Oracle. Right, look at this. They got negative 10 million, right? Let's see. Let's go. So negative 10 million. So all these people, right? All these people that gambled on earnings, they're about to wake up cooked. Right? Cooked. Look at the expiration tomorrow. Friday. These are Friday's expirations. They putting $1 million in. Right? They're cooked. But Oracle could rebound tomorrow, right? I have to read the earnings report. I haven't got a chance to, but they're cooked, right? Let's go to puts. All right. These people, right? They gonna make money in the morning, right here. Okay. Let's look at Google. Wow. They got June. These are okay. So these people are saying that Google is about to come down over time, right? Let's look at calls. Calls, we got 33 million in calls, but that's for January 2016. So what I'm seeing, the trend that I'm seeing is, let's go to Meta real quick. Meta, $45 million in calls, right? $45 million in. Okay. Amazon got 8 million in calls. And on puts, what they got? Yep. 10 million in puts, right? So when I'm using this tool, I just be looking at, sometimes, like, this is what I'll do sometimes. I'll go here and I'll put in IWM, and then I'll put I'll do this, and then I'll put the date, and the date will be like days till expiration 1. I'll do 1 day expiration, and then I'll see what the consensus is. You see what I'm saying? So or I'll do 0 day to expiration, and then I can see, and you can see we were a little more bullish than we were bearish, right? So yeah. But I say that to say, just because the market, we had good news, don't mean that we can't come down, right? And like Lace Boogie said, the big money, they do hedge, so they straddle. They'll get calls and puts. And then if it does come down, they'll be up, they'll get out of those puts, and then it'll go up, and they'll stay in the calls, and then it'll go up, and they'll make money on the calls too, right? So 919 said, when I day trade 0 day to expiration, if I'm not in profit in 10 to 15 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, I sell. I feel you. I feel you. It will cook them premiums. What else? The best entries get you at profit almost. That's facts. That's very true. I will say that. Please watch the VIX. Yeah, if it's low, stock's going to go down. Time to buy, pullback. Yep. I don't like theta eating through it neither. Yeah, the VIX could switch up on you real fast. Yeah. So we all got to make sure we paying attention to everything, right? Do I talk about the VIX? I don't talk about the VIX enough, but I be paying attention to it. I also be paying attention to SQQQ as well, right? But it's about having an understanding of the market in totality, not just like one stock here and there, right? So, um, so, so yeah. Somebody said Rocket Lab. Let's see, Rocket Lab. Where it's at? Down here. Yeah, they blasted off today, y'all. So honestly, let's look at Rocket Lab. For Rocket Lab, I'm looking for a rejection tomorrow. We got to get above 58.94 for them to go higher. But I think Rocket Lab could reject, and then it could come down and maybe retest right here and then bounce and go higher. I like Rocket Lab though. I like Rocket Lab. I should have swung them earlier if I would have really been paying attention to their chart. On a weekly, oh yeah, they looking real nice. Yep. Yeah, I think Rocket Lab is about to reject probably tomorrow. We're going to get a pullback. That's what I think would happen with Rocket Lab. All right. What else we got? MU. We called that out the other day. Y'all ate on it. I think that they could definitely break higher if they get above highs. They could go higher. RGTI. I think RGTI could come down. QUBT. QBTS. Net. They had another nice day. I think Net is about to reject here. So what I'm going to look at tomorrow is I'm going to pay attention to, I really like this Intel setup right here. I really, really, really like this Intel setup on the daily time frame right here. Okay. I like this Intel setup. So when I'm looking at Intel, let me see where Intel is at after hours. See, now y'all got me looking after hours, right? So, ooh, Nvidia is down nasty. So honestly, this is going to be a great opportunity to buy depending on where we open up at tomorrow. All right, Dell is down $4 after hours. Let's see where Intel is at. They're at 39.69. So that's not, they're down 2.67%, which is pretty substantial. But we got to see tomorrow, y'all. Okay. I'm looking at after hours. SPY is at 681, right? So look at my chart, right? Came all the way down. SPY is at 681.63, right? Now, watch this. Let's go back. Let's go to SPY. What did I say, y'all? What did I say a pullback level was? What did I say the pullback level was? What does this say right here, y'all? What does this say right here? 681.20. Right now we at 681.70. We came down there and we bounced in after hours. Right? In after hours. So they could be just pulling the stocks back to the pullback areas right now. And then we're going to open up a little bit lower and then we'll go up. So realistically, we potentially could just have a green day tomorrow, depending on where we open at. Does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense? This is what I'm saying. This is how you pay attention to the market and really start to see all the small things, right? All the small intricacies. This is how you find all those intricacies, and then you really start to understand how this stuff is working. Okay? So it's actually good that it came down after hours, because tomorrow, potentially, we won't even need to have the stocks come down there, right? But my main setup is gonna be IWM tomorrow, and then I like Intel on the failed two down. I also like Hood on that failed two down as well, right? I like Intel and I like Hood on those failed two downs, right? So I got Intel. I like that setup. I like the Hood setup as well. All right. And then I'm going to be paying attention to Nvidia also. All right. And then I'm going to pay attention to my go-to, Google. Okay. I'm always looking at Google. I've been rocking with Google since they was at 140 back in February. Nobody was messing with them. Right? Let's look at Wolf. I know you've been patient, Tiffy. I appreciate you. All right. So Wolf. Let's go here. All right. So Wolf, they got a liquidity grab on a daily. So I would be careful to the upside. For Wolf to go higher, they got to get above like $16. They got to get above 16.36. So let me see them on the 30-minute. Oh yeah. So really, I would be looking for puts on Wolf. A 2-2 bearish reversal. They could be coming down to 14.64 tomorrow. If they get below 15.18, enter in the puts, and you could ride them to the downside. All right. That's what I'm seeing tomorrow for Wolf, because we got this order block right here, and we got this liquidity grab inside of the order block. I think that's a sign it could be coming down. Now, if we do go higher, we got to get above 16.32. All right. So that's what I would say about Wolf. All right. Yeah, we was talking about it, Champagne Dre. Is it going down lower? Yeah, it's not going down any lower than what we had talked about. So yeah. And look, y'all. Look, that's the market, right? That's the market. Now, you're not being a bugaboo. I understand. I know you just trying to get your questions answered. You know what I'm saying? What I will say, come join the Prosperity Collective, come join the Discord, right? And all of those analyses, right? You can ask them all day. All right? We get money all day in there. Oh yeah, MRVL, let's look at them. I was looking at them earlier today too. MRVL. Okay, for sure, Champagne. What do you do for work, Champagne Dre? Where you work at? So MRVL, I would say calls above 92.87, but we got a rejection point here at 94.46. All right. So we got a rejection point here at 94.46. Okay. So rejection point right there at 94.46. If we get above 92.82, you can enter in the calls, but be careful because we do have a fair value gap right here. All right, this fair value gap right here, we could reject and come lower, right? So calls above 92.82, rejection point at 94.46. All right. So Christy, what's up, Christy Love Jones? She said, first time joining, what indicators are you using? I use a Strat Assistant, and I use Lux Algo order blocks, price action concepts. Those are my main ones. I use SATY, ATR levels as well. All right, I need to trust myself. You ain't lie. I knew Netflix would plummet. Yeah, you got to trust yourself, right? That can't be taught. The journey of trusting yourself is it's not an easy journey, right? But when you trust yourself and you implement on it, you change your life. All right. Quiet Money said, I just joined the community. There we go. Hey, welcome. Welcome aboard. All right. Welcome to the winning team. Okay. Didn't enter because FOMC. I just started trading this year, so I'm learning. There we go. There we go. Tiff said, I am doing your challenge this year as well with IWM. Hell yeah. You watched that video, huh? You watched that video about how to run up your account in a year, huh? That's beautiful. Absolutely, Phoenix Flower. Absolutely, Christy Love Jones. All right. So listen, y'all. That's what I'm gonna be watching tomorrow. We gotta pay attention to how the market opens up tomorrow. And this is a thing too, y'all, right? When I'm giving these levels and everything, they will hit, but at the same time, we may need to call an audible, right? So if I give you a whole breakdown and then the market do something crazy overnight or in the morning, and now everything is different, we gonna have to call an audible. I'll be able to call the audible inside of the community and let everybody know, okay, this is what I'm looking at now. This is what's going on, right? But if you're not inside and you thinking about the levels that I talked about the last night and something crazy happened overnight, then you're not gonna fully know what to do. If you don't fully know what to do, right? That's why you got to make sure you tap in, because you want to get real-time data. You want to get real time, okay? You don't want no guesswork, right? I'm not an apprentice, right? I put in a lot of hours and a lot of work on this. So if you want to get the real-time data, man, make sure you come join so you ain't out of the loop. All right? So what's up, Jamila? I'm having audio issues, not sure if it's my Wi-Fi. I think it might be you, right? What's up, Kiki? Absolutely, my pleasure. Okay, so UNH is the last stock I'm gonna look at. All right, it's the last stock I'm gonna look at real quick. UNH, they on a 3-bar. They look like they want to come up right here. I would say calls above 328.59, and they could come up to about 335, right? 331 to 335 would be my price target. All right, so calls above 328.72. Okay. So yeah, y'all. So that's what we got. That's what we got popping off. All right. For tomorrow, we're gonna come back tomorrow, and we're gonna revisit. We're gonna revisit this, and we're gonna see what happened in the market, y'all. All right. But please do not over leverage, right? Practice proper risk management. Stack your wins every single day. All right. So I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me for an hour and a half. I hope that this was valuable to you guys. All right. It's like any platform can go with the free, but if you want to make some professional money, you need to pay for the live data. Exactly. Or you're going to be trading. Exactly. All right. So, aha about my Netflix because of your info. Beautiful. Yeah. So listen, y'all, like I always say, make sure you get up out your head, go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And listen, say, yeah, fam, you've been cutting in and out. Okay. Just getting on. What's up, Tim? I'm about to get off right now. Made a grip on MU on a swing play from the day before. I appreciate that. All right. And like I always say, y'all, I want y'all to say it with me for all the OGs in here. All right. The more you study, the less you worry. All right. So listen, y'all have a great night. I'm going to catch all of y'all in the morning. Come join the community. Let's make this money tomorrow. Be responsible. All right. Don't be crazy tomorrow. Let's get this money and don't get faked out. All right. I'm going to holler at everybody tomorrow. All y'all stay smooth, man. Y'all have a great night. Peace.